Warrior Trading just dropped his exact scanner conditions.
Found the one stock in the entire market that went up 700%, while every other stock was, choppy. That's like finding a needle in a haystack. How do you do it? Well, you need a system.
He's got 4 very simple conditions that he scans for, and we're going to build these conditions step by step in a ThinkorSwim scanner. The first being that the price is currently between $1 and $20. So for that, we're going to add a filter of the type stock. We will use this drop down to find mark, which just represents current price. Obviously set the min to $1 and the max to $20. And just like that, we only have a couple more filters that we need to add to match Ross's scanner. Next, the stock must already be up 10% on the day. Now, this is where we're going to do our first sort of pro trick here in ThinkorSwim, because what you think you would do is you would just add another stock filter of percent change and set the minimum to 10. And that's perfectly fine, but in ThinkorSwim, this percent change filter doesn't work during extended hours. So if we want a scanner like this to also work in pre-market, which we do, Ross almost exclusively trades pre-market nowadays, so we need our scanner to be able to pick up those sort of setups. We can't just use this percent change stock filter. So instead, we are going to add a filter of type study, and we are going to hop into the pencil icon, and we're going to build a little bit of custom code. Don't worry, it won't be too complex. We're just going to build the percent change equation. The percent change equation, very simple. New value minus original value, all divided by the original value, and then of course multiplied by 100 just to make it a percent. So our new value is the current price. In ThinkorSwim, close also represents the current price. Our original value will simply be yesterday's close. We want to see the difference in the current price from where it closed yesterday, right? So we'll once again go with close, and we will do open bracket 1, close bracket. This offsets the value by 1. So now we're pulling yesterday's close value. Let's go ahead and wrap this entire equation in parentheses so that the entire thing is the numerator and being divided by, once again, the original value of yesterday's close. Let's wrap this entire equation in parentheses so that the entire thing is multiplied by 100. Okay, so we have now calculated the percent difference from current price and yesterday's close, basically giving us percent change, except giving us a percent change that will also work in extended hours trading. Obviously, we need to give this a comparison now. What should actually be being scanned for here? We want this value to be greater than 10 in order for a stock to appear on this scanner. We go ahead and hit OK, and that is our second of 3 filters we are going to add to this ThinkorSwim scanner. Now remember, Ross had 4 conditions in his scanner, but the third and final one that we can actually scan for in ThinkorSwim, don't worry, we're going to talk about ways that you can still make use of the fourth one, but the third and final one we can actually scan for is unusual volume. Ross only wants to look at stocks that on the day are trading 5 times their usual daily volume. So to do this, we are once again going to add a filter of type study, but this time we don't need to write any custom code. We can go into this drop down and into volume. I move my big head out of the way. We're going to click here on unusual volume, and here we're going to say that the volume increased at least, and we're going to go 500% from its typical average over the last 50 periods, of course running that on the daily time frame. So if I've done this correctly, let's see, I haven't actually built this yet myself. If I run this scanner, we should now only be seeing stocks that are up at least 10% from yesterday's close, trading between $1 and $20, and with 5 times greater average volume on their daily charts. Now, I do notice something breaking immediately when looking at these scan results. We have a couple of stocks where the percent change is obviously less than 10%. So why are they in our results here? Well, that's because they haven't traded any volume on the day or extremely light volume. So they're just like kind of breaking the scanner. They're sort of breaking the setup. So let's add another filter, a simple one, another stock filter. And let's say that the volume on the day must be at least 100,000. That's not even a lot of volume. That's a very light amount of volume. Really, you shouldn't be looking to day trade stocks with less than 100,000 shares traded on the day anyway. And that should kick out some of them in a volume results, or one of them only had like 200 shares that were sort of breaking our scanner. You don't want to see that crap in your scan results anyway. So let's just go ahead and add a fourth and final filter to kick some of those out. I'm just going to go ahead and sort our results top down here by volume, as the stocks on the list trading the most volume will be the most volatile, and volatility, of course, creates opportunity for day trading. Let's take a look at a few of them. ZNB currently up 94% on the day. If we hop into our charts here, let's go to, this is one of those zero volume tickers I wanted to kick out of our results. If we hop into ZNB on the 5-minute chart intraday today, we can see this thing has indeed provided some great day trading opportunity. It opened at $2.26, ramped up 50% in just not even in 15 minutes after market open. It went up 50%. That's called opportunity, right? Next, we have CIGL. If I load in the chart for CIGL, okay, this one made a lot of its move in pre-market, and then even after market open actually made a nice 30% push in just 5 minutes. Once again, opportunity. And remember, once again, the way we set up our percent change condition, this stock would have been on the scan results in pre-market as well. Before we get into the fourth and final filter of Warrior Trading Scanner, I just want to let you know that this scan will be available alongside over 150 plus other custom coded scanners, studies, strategies, conditional orders, etc. over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, which will be linked in the description down below this video. And if you sign up for the yearly plan on my website at no additional cost, you get lifetime access to this Discord server. And if you are interested in finding stocks that are moving in real time, a Discord server like this is just a great place to be. The server currently has over 500 members. That's a lot of people that have signed up for the annual plan, and it's just a lot of eyes on the market. You can see here just always talking about what's moving in real time. It's a great place to be if you want to keep up with real time moves. Now, the fourth and final condition that Warrior Trading looks for when searching for big movers is that the company must have announced news on the day. Unfortunately, I can't scan for this in ThinkorSwim. There's no filter that I can add that says the stock must have had news in order to appear in our results. Don't worry though, ThinkorSwim still gives us a tool that we can utilize to check this condition. So let's go ahead and take a look at BBLG. That's one of the tickers on the list, the next ticker on the list that we haven't checked out yet. And here's another name that has made a very big move both in pre-market and since market open. This has been a very volatile stock, another very good example of why we're building a scanner like this, right? Well, if I want to see, hey, did BBLG report news this morning? Like, should I actually be looking for this thing to have some nice follow through on the day? What I can do is turn on my sidebar here in my charts tab. And from this sidebar menu, there is a live news modal option. Go ahead and click on that, and that will show us the news on the day of whatever you are currently charting. So we can see here on BBLG that at 7 o'clock this morning, I can click on it, Bone Biologics, why can't I read? Bone Biologics CEO issues letter to shareholders highlighting company update and outlook. So yes, this morning at 7 a.m. when they got their initial spike, it was because of news. So we could be then, that matches our fourth and final filter of the scanner. Remember, we have all the sort of technical setups going on here. Then we would come over, check the news. Yes, it all aligns with the correct setup. We should be keeping an eye on this thing throughout the day for trade opportunities. And I mean, it's provided you with some great ones along the way. So yeah, that's Warrior Trading's criteria for locating large moving stocks built in ThinkorSwim. I'll go ahead and upload this to my website right now. By the time you're watching this video, it will be on the website. If you would like to get lifetime access to the Discord server to come join the conversation and be a part of the updates so that you always know which stocks are moving, feel free to sign up for the annual plan. Once again, daytradingstrategies.net. The link will be in the description down below. I have a handful of free codes over there that you can go check out. So at least go check those out and take advantage of those. Maybe read the reviews while you're over there. Help decide for yourself if this is something that can help accelerate your personal trading journey. Sign up today and become a better trader immediately.